Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, it is a brisk night in the Midwest as we bring you football from Paul Brown Stadium in the Queen City, Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the former Texas Christian University Horned Frog, Andy Dalton.
And there's no substitute for experience in this league, and what it usually leads to, a whole lot of confidence. Andy Dalton is sharp with where to go with the football now. I think he sees reads before they actually even happen. He can sense them now, and he is one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Dalton bootlegs out. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Boom! That's how we do it, baby.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Oh, yeah.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Christian Kirksey providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll be led out by a man who was undrafted out of Buffalo, standing at 6'7". It's Tyree Jackson. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. First carry for Nick Chubb. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
There we go, D. That's the way to
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 20 carries, 59 yards.
And I'm eager to see how they deploy him in this game. Last week, a heavy workload. Do they decide to bring that down a little bit and try and keep him fresh? Or do they say, guess what? He's locked in. Keep handing him the football.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Let's meet the offense. Greg Robinson. Very, very talented.
What a man to set your offensive line with. Greg Robinson can do it all. Tremendous athleticism, great strength, just coming into his own.
Jackson looking to throw on third and unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's fourth.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made.
Go, boys, bring it up.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And, you know, certainly a lot of football play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And for the Browns, a nickel set here. Dalton here from the gun. Hard throw, incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
False start, offense.
Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6.
Check 50, check 50.
They get this to Beckham on the perimeter. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Defensive starters, here they are for Cincinnati. They're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Jackson now. He finds Beckham complete. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Let's go.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, and they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And Dalton to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Andy Dalton. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Mixon with a first down carry. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, look now at the starters on the defensive side for the Browns. They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. And Dalton's throw on target to Tyler Boyd. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. On 2nd down, Akers. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He's got Green. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up,
right.
Hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now. 2nd down and goal. Dalton looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. But now it's 3rd and goal. Here's a run with Mixon, and he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Hauschka with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Jackson. Dumping it off for Johnson. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down. On third down, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. To throw here, Dalton, brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Finding Green complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hand.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Myles Garrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Here's Dalton. He gets this one to Boyd. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. The Browns drive about to get started. The results for them so far not at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Kayvon Webster there to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now it's Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Geno Atkins, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give them 32 on the play. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Roughing the passer, defense.
The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get 1 step. If you're within 1 step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They'll get 3 out of the dump off there, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. To throw on third down. Jackson. He finds his target, Beckham. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and we are tied at 7. That time, a 9-play drive. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Here we go with a player spotlight, and we shine that spotlight on Andy Dalton. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight bullet in there for the completion. Passing again, Dalton on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Airing one out for Boyd. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there for the Bengals. 43 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Here we go, G.
The first coming for Dalton. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the...
He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. From 6 yards away. And the Bengals have taken the lead. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Hauschka adds the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a Bengals score. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Now Chubb on first down, able to work his way forward for about 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. A run for Nick Chubb. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. The Browns on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. To throw is Jackson, and that is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the foot. Also, not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you kind of pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously, one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Andy Dalton now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Dalton on the draw to Mixon. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They still need about the length of the foot, be a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now Joe Mixon. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So here's a 1st and 10. 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. On 2nd and 7, Dalton. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coach in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Green once again the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Throwing, Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Field goal forthcoming for Stephen Hauschka. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now Jackson on first down. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now it's Jackson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got the hook up to Landry. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku, but now it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the 2nd quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, and they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. In the game you're watching has been the Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, who's led the way. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Jackson now. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. This quarterback now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. Johnson on the counter. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. He's still having trouble ball on the ground.
Yeah, so much for halftime adjustments. Sometimes the best adjustment you make is no adjustment. You just do things better. But in this case, I think an adjustment was in order. They may have to change up and start throwing the ball around a little bit more.
That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. He finds his man Johnson, and he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Come on now, let's go.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He completes it to Boyd. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. On second down, here's Mixon.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Passing, it's Dalton. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They go play action here on first down. Going for the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to...
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway, 82 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is. I mean, he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And he gets it to go, and we're all even, 17 apiece. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. They try to quit inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side, you know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game, but that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. Here's Jackson rolling to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. A quick throw complete out to Beckham. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and just like that, it's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert, and I guess every team opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Let's go.
Tyler Boyd and the rest of the offense heading back out. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. On 3rd down, Dalton. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the 2nd level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent just down pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this third and fourth quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. Now Jackson underneath for Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Offense.
That's on the big left tackle, former number 2 overall pick, Greg Robinson. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Jackson dumping it off for Johnson. 7 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Andy Dalton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Back now in Cincinnati. All even as we get ready to fourth. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. And the pressure gets to him again. Larry Ogunjobi in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
He's going to air it out deep for Green, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, instead of 4th down after the incompletion, it'll be 1st down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. So 2nd and inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. So Dalton now. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Mixon. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, in this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game 4th quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. Two division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Chubb with a carry on first down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's 2nd down. Kyle Van Noy in on the stop.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sean Williams. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Getting ready to go again. Here's Andy Dalton marching back onto the Charles. There are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
On 2nd down now, Mixon, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. 3rd down from the gun, Dalton. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now, this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. On 3rd down, Jackson. He may try and run for this. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he's a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This game has been a dandy. Here's Dalton. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football.
All day, baby. All day. We coming all day.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. This is Mixon on the draw. And an alley to run. That'll get them some of what they needed, but they're still left here with a 3rd and 9 forthcoming. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Demarius Randall that time there to knock it free.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. He's going to take off with it. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drives 7 plays in length. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Cincinnati now ready to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage in the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Back to throw. to Mixon on the check down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete.
Personal foul.
Well, let's see who this is on.
Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Back to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So he was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So that one will be accepted. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. So now Dalton. This is caught. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Now Hausch could attack on the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater.
Let's go.
Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now he'll pull it down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Throwing now is Jackson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
Now Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even and away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
To throw here, Dalton. And he's going to go down again. Larry Ogunjobi, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here's Kevin Huber now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. The Browns' drive about to get started. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now, part 1 is done, now part 2. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Following the penalty, Chubb. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Watch the pass.
Now what can Jackson do here in overtime? This is the tight end, Njoku. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Here's Jackson to throw on 3rd down. And an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Chubb. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And again, it's Chubb. And he is going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 27. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. He finds Beckham complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
4 down.
On the ground, it's Chubb. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run it again with Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Jackson now on 3rd down. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Preston Brown with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for Cleveland, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.